Hello everyone, I'm Barofi1322 and this video serves as an update to my best fully upgraded cars series where I take all vehicles in GTA 5 around a circuit to find the best to use for racing. If you want to know how all vehicles perform in a variety of different classes and formats, check the annotation on the screen or the link in the description for the full playlist of videos, and of course feel free to subscribe for future updates, but otherwise let's get straight into seeing how vehicles from the second Lowriders update compare to their counterparts. And first up we've got the Vego Classic. Technically this isn't a lowrider, this is just a new vehicle that's been brought in with the update, and it is different to the regular Vego. It looks different and it also performs differently as well. It is slower than the regular Vego. The Vego Classic is about 2.5 to 3 seconds slower per lap than the original Vego, and considering that the original Vego wasn't all that quick in the first place, the Vego Classic is only the 30th quickest muscle car in the game. Now next up in third place we've got the Faction Custom Donk. This car is absolutely ridiculous. It's kind of like a mini monster truck, I guess you could, is the best way to describe it really. It gets a lap time of 1 minute 16.2, which isn't necessarily too bad. It is about 6 seconds per lap slower than the quickest muscle car, so it's not going to be doing anything in muscle car races obviously. 23rd best in the game in terms of the muscle cars class, and the muscle cars class is easily the largest at this point because we just keep getting more and more from these lowriders. But yeah, the Faction Custom Donk, I guess the problem with the regular Faction was that it was always very bad over bumps and curbs, and this certainly fixes that, and it's quite an interesting way to do it. Now in second place we've got the Vego Classic Custom. So this is basically the lowrider version of the Vego Classic that we saw earlier, and this gets a significant boost in lap time when it is turned into a lowrider. When it becomes the Vego Classic Custom, it gets a lap time of 1 minute 15.4, which is significantly quicker than what we saw earlier. It's just a little bit quicker than the Faction Custom Donk as well. It's actually only a place higher in terms of the overall list, so it's the 22nd best muscle car in the game. Ultimately still not that quick, you know, compared to the top muscle cars. Again, it's not going to be doing anything in terms of muscle car races, but it's not too bad, and it's certainly quicker than the regular Vego as well. But the star of the show for this DLC is the Slam Van Custom. This is pretty incredible really. It's now the 8th best muscle car in the game with a lap time of 1 minute 11.3. That's only about 2 seconds off the pace of the very top muscle cars in the game. The very top muscle cars are all very, very close together, and the Slam Van Custom puts itself into that area with that lap time, but it's still very, very difficult to drive. Basically the Slam Van Custom is exactly the same as a normal Slam Van, but it gets a hell of a lot more traction. It can still spin out at the back end, and it's quite difficult to control in those situations. But the extra traction that it gets, and it's a significant amount, really does help it bring that lap time down and makes the Slam Van, it turns the Slam Van from one of the slowest muscle cars in the game to one of the quickest. And it also gets a spoiler modification as well, which increases traction even further. It seems to have very, very good top speed and acceleration as well. We'll find out the top speed obviously when the top speed video comes, hopefully tomorrow. But yeah, the Slam Van Custom is a bit of a revelation, and if you enjoyed driving the old Slam Van, this is pretty much more of that, but a bit quicker essentially. It still doesn't have very good brakes, I will just point that out, and again, as I said, it's very difficult to get the lap time out of it, but regardless, it's up there with the top muscle cars in the game. I don't think it's going to be able to beat the Dominator, for example, in a regular racing situation, but it is still very, very quick, and certainly having races full of these Slam Van Customs would be very interesting indeed. So there you go, those are the 4 vehicles that we got with the second Lowriders update. There were actually 3 extra vehicles added with this update to the game files that, in typical Rockstar fashion recently, they aren't releasing all at the same time. Instead of releasing all 7 cars together, they've decided to release 4, and we're going to get 3 more in the future, so keep an eye out for those. You're welcome to subscribe obviously, and I'll test those when they come. But otherwise, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Leave all your thoughts and comments and likes and all that kind of stuff down below, and I'll see you next time.